Prime Minister Anthony Albanese will today issue a national apology to survivors of the thalidomide tragedy more than half a century ago. The pregnancy drug was marketed to women suffering morning sickness in the 1950s and 60s, but it poisoned thousands of unborn babies and left them with severe birth defects.
The 1950s and 60s have been described as the decades of change, revolution and fun, but also the era of thalidomide, one of the biggest medical disasters in the world.
Every doctor, every hospital, every nurse have been notified. Every woman in this country, I think, must be aware that it's most important that they check their medicine cabinet and that they do not take this drug.
Sold to thousands of pregnant women as a safe sedative and nausea tablet, later shown to cause severe birth defects, including limb, face and organ malformation. About 10,000 babies worldwide were poisoned before they even knew it.
It's impacted my life completely. There's not a waking moment that I'm not aware of it.
The drug was developed by German company Grünenthal and distributed globally by third parties. And in 1961, the Australian government was told about the dangers of thalidomide and its possible harmful effects to unborn babies during pregnancy. But it failed to immediately recall thalidomide-containing medicines in Australia until 1962. Thalidomide survivors live with crippling disabilities that impact their quality of life, at no fault of their own.
We were man-made and the government had a sticky finger in the pie.
The physical, mental and emotional toll is constant.
Well, I've always believed that people should be, treated as equal sort of thing, and I think that, thalidomide people were, not treated right, and, obviously Mum and and our family have struggled all our lives.
Some have received compensation from manufacturer and distributor settlements. But despite being victims of one of the world's largest pharmaceutical disasters, it's been an uphill battle for government recognition.
We're not asking for trips around the world, we're asking for some dignity and quality of life.
In 2019, a Senate committee recommended an apology from the federal government and ongoing compensation. In 2020, a lifetime support package was established by the government for survivors, plus an upfront payment. But today, decades on from the tragedy, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese will say sorry. Australia's leader says the thalidomide tragedy is a dark chapter in the history of our nation and the world. This moment is a long overdue national acknowledgement of all they have endured and all they have fought for. In giving this apology, we will acknowledge all those babies who died and the families who mourned them, as well as those who survived, but whose lives were made so much harder by the effects of this terrible drug. Anthony Albanese will spend the morning with surviving thalidomide victims, their families and carers.
In 20 years' time, we'll be probably too immobile to be able to enjoy the splendour of what was on offer.
Holly Stearns, Sky News, Melbourne.